Hello and welcome back to the colony with Man of the Antz. We are back again in the world of Derail Valley. So one or two of you did ask for me to continue on. I think it's pretty much one. I think it was just Indy, really. Oh, we've lost our... Glad I checked. That could have been embarrassing. Said we should try and get the steam train. And Indy very helpfully pointed out that when you collect a job, like these ones... Is this where we were before? Well, it is, isn't it, I think? Where are we? Oh, they're at the farm. Of course we're at the farm. Yes, that's where we delivered the thing to, wasn't it? When you collect a job which has a time limit on it, if you complete the job, within that time limit, then you get double the payout. There is a bonus for completing the job, which is very interesting, isn't it? So if we do, they're both going to the same place, right? But this has got more carriages, I'm guessing? Yes. So if we take this job here, yes, because these are the useless to us. If we take this job here and go from Oil Well Central. Oh, we are in Oil Well Central. Okay, so we're not at the farms. That's because we travelled out and we crashed the locomotives. We've actually gone to a different place. That's fine. So we go from Oil Well Central to Harbour and Town, which is all the way over here. So what's the best route to get there? Probably going east and then south. And then following that, right? That looks like the shortest route, doesn't it? Rather than going around all this stuff. Particularly if there's a time limit involved. So. Yes. 45 minutes from when we put it in the... Oh, where's the verification machine? Oh, it's right there, in the validator machine. 45 minutes when we put it in there. Does it give us any other information on it to start? Does not, does it? Other than its job FH01. But there are two tankers. So let's have a quick look outside of what sort of state this is in, because this is going to be the problem. If it's those two, we're in luck. If it's those two, we're fine. What way are we facing when we look this direction? If it's those two, we are hunky-dory. Just got to get the shunter up there, connect it, pull it away. That wouldn't be a problem. If it's like these two here, that's a bit more of a problem, because then we need to rearrange everything to get it all sorted. Are there any other two that are on their own? Not that I can see. Oops. Remarkably close to sneezing. Oh, such a pain. So I think it's going to be these two. I'm pretty sure it's going to be these. So let's look at what they are. They are Col 14 and 15. They are even the right colours. So what I might cheekily do, in the hope that this is correct, so if we jump in here, we're going to be going backwards again, which is always a mild pain, but we can live with it. Let everyone know our intention. Turn the lights on, of course, so we can actually see where we're going. So we'll get ourselves... if we get ourselves connected, no, we'll get ourselves ready to connect, just in case connecting annoys the game in some way and it spawns them somewhere else or something weird like that. So let's actually not connect. Let's get to the point where we can connect. And then we should just jump in, connect the load, and off we go. We need to actually change that, like so. Oh, that's my PC. And then we just need to back ourselves up. We don't actually want to touch it. We just want to get close to it. And then we'll see if we can complete this job in 45 minutes and give ourselves a lovely little boost of money. Well, I totally did hit it, but that's fine, whatever. So let's get out of here. Pop over to the station. What did that say? Unloader. I thought it said upgrades, and I was like, what can you upgrade? What mysterious new thing is this? Cool, so we'll grab this one, which we're going to hope is Col 14 and 15. Oh, you pain. You pain. Col 14 and 15. Perfect. So let's get in here. Oops. Let's put this into reverse. Let's take the brake off. We don't have a watch, so we'll just have to hope we are quick enough. Okay. we are going to Harbour and Town IO. I don't know what that was, but I'm going to just slow down a little bit just because it's a slightly tighter. Oh my god! Well, that's a waste of time, wasn't it? You may notice that something is missing from behind me. Ah, bugger. Okay. Okay, so we're in a different place, different job, same sort of thing. So we're going to go from the steel mill to Harbour and Town. So we're going to the same location. We're just, rather than going from the oil well centre, we go up here, and down here into Harbour and Town. Should be... bugger. Okay, so we're going to go for third time lucky. Back in Oil Well Central. No, we were at the farm. No, we were at Oil Well Central. Back in Oil Well Central. Going to make our way to Harbour and Town. I have restarted the game since I left the shunter there. So that should be clear. So once again, a same sort of route. Down here, down there, over to there. No derailments. And then 22,000 when we invariably complete the level. Or the mission, I should say. So let's pick this up. Let's make our way over. It should be, hopefully, these two here. Col 0, Col 1. Yes, that's perfect. Let's connect those up. Let's take the brake off. Let's go. So they're going to Harbour and Town, IO7. Everything goes to IO7. I guess that's just the only empty piece of track there is, perhaps. So they're definitely coming with us, so that's a step in the right direction. Based on the last time we were in the Oil Well North, South, whatever it was. What's it called? Oil Well Central, perhaps? Who knows? So we'll have to try and be a little bit carefuler. More careful? Carefuler isn't a word. A little bit more careful with our speed around the corners. This isn't as heavy as the last one. This is only a 98-ton trip, so we should have a little bit more leeway with the corners anyway. But it is a longer journey again, so there's just a little bit more time for it to go wrong, shall we say. Let's pop the map down. Ooh. Why did that end up down there? That's not where I wanted that. Where does the thing forward is? There we go. Okay then, so through the farm we shall go. There should be no problems with the farm at all. I don't want to give it any more welly, it scares me now. And we have, what, 40 odd minutes to complete the job? 45 minutes to complete the job. So hopefully we shall be okay. The only problem is, if it does start going, you don't really have much of a chance to stop it, do you? Like when we derailed, where were we? Over here? When we derailed there, we haven't restarted. It's supposed to be restarted to the nearest station. Hopefully that'll have cleared that, otherwise we're going to be in trouble when we get there. But when we derailed there, was it that? I think it's that junction there, in fact, wasn't it? The wheel started squealing to let us know they were getting to the point where they couldn't hold on properly, but then there was very little time. Even if we slammed the brakes on immediately, I don't think that would have actually stopped the train from derailing. You need to be a little bit careful of that. There's a nice gentle corner coming up here. And then a bit of a harsher one once we get south of the steel mill. You can hear just a little bit of squeal coming from the carriages behind us, but they should be fine. We are going to 45 saying that. So I think we'll probably have to slow down when we get to the junction up here, because that's going to go horribly for us. But we need to go... Oops. We need to go to the right. We know that much, don't we? I'm going to keep this hand free so I can slow us down a little bit, because we're still going at a fairly steady 45. But at least at this point we can turn around and see the carriages behind us, which is a step up from the last time we were on this bridge. And I'm pretty sure this is going to be pointing in the wrong direction. What comes up on it though? I did not know that. Did not realise it come up on there. I don't think I've ever seen that before. I've never been looking at it. We now know that's going in the right direction. Let's start braking a little bit, get it down under 40 at the very least. There's a little bit more squeal, so I've brought it down under 30 just to make sure we're going to be okay. That's probably a little bit too slow. And we seem to be going uphill a little bit as well. Get a bit more welly. So what I'm mainly hoping is that by getting the shunter prepared, ready to immediately connect to the stuff we're transporting, that puts us in a better position time-wise, because it can take at least 5 minutes to get the shunter ready over there. At one point I did end up, I was at the, where did we stop? We stopped here, so I went to the farm, I think. There was nothing at the farm I could really move easily, because it was all basically just one long list of carriages, and I couldn't really figure out what was what, so I went down to Forest South for a little trip. Just ran down there and sort of went to the nearest station, teleported when we got to about here. When I say trip, I mean just teleporting, not via train either. But at Forest South, they only had very cheap jobs. They were both worth 2,000, and they were just both shunt jobs around Forest South, which was entirely pointless. Why they didn't have anything for the sawmill, I'm not sure. Surely that seems like the point. And then I went to City Southwest as well to see what they had there, but again, there was nothing that was particularly suitable or easy for us. Because we've had it before at the farm, and we got a job there, I think, in the last video, and we had to pick the job up, find out what carriages we needed, and then disconnect some carriages, move those out of the way, so we could then move the shunter back to connect them to the carriages we want to take those on the journey. And that's going to take you 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes maybe, if you're being a bit slow about it. So we really do need to be in a position to make sure we get that that lovely bonus money, be in a position where we can quite easily get in the locomotive, hook it up to the carriages, and go straight away. So we will shortly be coming up to this junction here, and just north of Forest South, and this is where we derailed, I think, isn't it? At this sort of speed we should be fine. We're even slowing down a little bit. Let's bring that down a little and see if we can see this. So it is going to the left, which is what we want. That's fine. Now really we have to hope that there isn't a derailed locomotive with the 2 carriages around the corner. Was it 3 carriages? I think it was 3, wasn't it, from the steel mill? I'm waiting with bated breath to hear the squeal of the wheels as it throws us off the track. We seem to be okay. If we don't go above 30, I think we should be okay for the corner. If we can stay above 20, that would be nice. There we go, that's a bit better. And then once we're around here, there'll be another junction where we need to go left again to take this route here above what looks like a bit of a mountain, or not, probably mountain range is a bit extreme. What's that there, I suppose, isn't it? So it is quite high. It's quite bloody high. Do I need to get my changer prepared? We need to go to the left. It doesn't matter too much if we go the wrong way. This just looks like it's a bit more of a windy route, some horrible corners which I'm trying to avoid. I figure if we go this northern route, we should be in a better position. It looks like it's going to the left already, so that's fine. Was it here we got? I think it was here we got, wasn't it? And it must have been this corner we derailed on. So we'll have to make sure that we're going at a gentle pace around here, as it was so problematic for us last time. Might even just slow ourselves down a little bit. Get down towards 30. There's no squealing, so I think we're okay. Once this bit here should be a pretty straight shot. It's this corner here that's a problem, and there's a couple of quite nasty corners down here, isn't there? We'll have to be a little bit wary of when we get there. I'm sure in the demo, I said this before, I'm sure in the demo there were speed limit signs on the side of the track to give you an idea of what speed you should be targeting or trying to keep to keep from derailing. Whether they took those out because the derailment is so random at this stage, I'm not too sure. But I say that, it's a lot less random now. It used to be in the previous videos, if you go back to the early videos, it used to be non-stop random. Just derail at the flip of a coin. That's all it took. So the next junction we're going to go right on. Right and then left, and then we are there. Oops. Every time. Every time. There we go. In fact, I might even put that down. Oh no, that's silly. Silly. We do need to see where we are going in case we do have a nasty corner come up. I'm just going to take that off for now. It does get in the way a bit when it's right in the middle. Maybe, if the devs happen to be watching this, if you can fix it to your middle, but then if you have a hand over it, it goes flat. But if you don't have a hand on it, it sort of folds up so it's flat to you. Maybe something like that would be quite nice. You can quite easily put a hand out, get it out, but also quite easily not have it in the way when you need to do stuff in a rush. So the engine temperature is also starting to creep up now, so we've got to keep a bit of an eye on that as well. There it is, there it is. So we'll gun it a little bit. And then we'll take it off and give the engine a chance to cool a little bit. And I suppose really this is because shunters are not designed for this kind of work, are they? You're not supposed to shunt things to different stations. Shunters are to shunt things around a single station. One day, because I saw by the, where did we start? Harbour? Harbour. No, we're going to Harbour. We started in Oil Well Central. I did see up on the hill, it must be up here, I think. I'm trying to think of the direction. But there was like what looked like a satellite station, like an observatory or something like that on top of one of the hills. And I can see like a antenna tower up there. One day I'll go and visit a couple of these things that are squirreled away. We're at a fairly reasonable speed, still going a little over 40. We're going to have to start giving it a bit of welly in a minute to get it up a bit more. Nothing to worry about yet in terms of the corners. Give it a bit of welly. Oh, there is a corner coming up. Listening out, listening out. I can hear just a little bit of squeal, so I've put the brakes on a little bit and slowed us down to about 45 or so, and that seems to have resolve that. I'm assuming at some point this will come into effect. I'm assuming it's a pin board, is it? I'm assuming you'll be able to put maps on there or something like that. Acts as like a little personal storage area, a home away from home perhaps. Can you use the fire extinguishers? Are they just there for decoration at the moment? Just for decoration. Oh, hello. Just for decoration. How are we doing? How are we doing, map? So we're getting there. A couple more corners to go around this sort of U-shaped thing, and then it's a right turn. So again, I heard the wheels start to squeak a bit as we started going around this corner, so I started panicking. Brought the speed down a little bit. And it'll be a very similar speed we'll need for the next corner, I think, because it looked quite similar. So we'll see how this goes. How do you know which stations have the shop in them? Has something to do with the colour coding? Gotta be, right? Diesel service... Oh, that's what the colours are. So the shop is the blue one. So Steel Mill, or Harbour and Town actually has a shop in, which would be perfect if we can get the... It also has a diesel service, which means it's got a... steam service, which means it's got a steam train there. Which is obviously what we are really after at the end of the day. So just around here somewhere, there's going to be a junction. We need to go to the right. So don't want to speed up yet in case we end up missing it if it's hidden around a corner. Where is it? Got to be coming up soon. If that comes onto it, that's the road we would take, or the track we would take if we took the wrong turn on that side of the hill there, and we'd end up over there. Oh, wrong, it's wrong, it's wrong. There we go. Where is it? There it is. Okay, so now it's pointing to the right, so we should now go around here. And then here we need to go left, and that is our last junction. It does mean we get to go through a tunnel as well, which is very exciting, so we should make sure our headlights are on. Do we have headlights on the rear? Looks like. How dark is it? I think we tried this before and it wasn't very dark, was it? No, not particularly. We should put them on anyway. There we go. Oh! Just a little wiggly down here, but I think we should be okay. This corner here, just at the end of this blue little pointer, that's quite a sharp one around to the right. I'm a little concerned about that. He says, trying to nudge his speed up a little bit before he gets there. We'll hold up. Oh no, that's fine, that's fine. That's the junction which, you haven't got to worry about that one. I feel like that got a little bit close then. Let's turn the lights off so it doesn't have that big glare on the front of the container there. Slow it down some more. And a little bit more. That's the worst of that corner over, so we should be able to give it a bit more speed now, hopefully. Maybe not up to 45 where we were previously, but a little bit more speed shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, I've mentioned it before, there is a lot of popping in the game, which you can see going a bit crazy over there, as we obviously just skirt the edge of the pop-in distance around there as we sort of curve around it. So there is a fair bit still, so again, early access, a lot of optimization to be done. I'm sure there's a lot of optimization on the way. They've done a lot already, so high hopes where this ends up. Obviously what I'd like to see is a map 4 times the size of this with different biomes in and things like that. That would be ideally what we'd see. Similar to how, I think I mentioned this before, haven't I? But similar to how Euro Truck and American Truck Simulator have expanded their maps further and further. I mean, this is a wonderful road. Look at this, or road, I keep saying that. Piece of track. Let's take the accelerator mainly off because we are edging up towards 40 and there are some, yeah, I was going to say some slightly nasty corners coming up. You don't want to derail here. Not on the edge of a cliff. You're dead at this point basically if you derail, aren't you? Look at this corner. If you went off there, whew. End of days, mate, end of days. Or more squeal? Let's see how that goes. Yeah, I mean, this cliff is a bit crazy, isn't it? Wow. Just a sheer drop. We are going a bit faster again. It is really, must be going downhill because we are starting to speed up a fair bit there. So we'll get it down to 30 and then we'll carry on. Yeah, it's starting to creep up again. Yeah, it's definitely going downhill, isn't it? I think this corner here looks like the last one for a while. We've got a little bit of a straight after this over the bridge. And it's holding at 30 as well, so I'll just let that go. I don't think we should be at risk of derailing at 30 unless it's a very sharp corner. He says, getting panicky because he can hear everything starting to move and shake. Okay, we are getting there. I've got no idea how we are within the time now. There is a clock or a watch you can buy in game, but that was a while back now. Well, that was the map. Oh my word, I panicked then. So I was just looking at how long the recording's been going for 27 minutes, which will hopefully indicate that we are well within the time limit at the moment, and we have come the majority of the distance so far. We're starting to speed up a little bit more, aren't we? Yes, we are. We really are. So notice we've started going over 40 kilometers an hour. Slow that down a little bit. Slow your roll if you don't mind. That's given our engine a bit of a chance to completely recover though. Not a bit of heat in it anymore. There's a junction coming up here, just at the end of this, where we need to go left. I think our speed's going to be okay. Definitely left, definitely left. Because that bridge there we don't want to take, because that'll take us on this southern route here up towards Forest South. We don't want to do that. It's already going left, isn't it? Yes, so we are fine. We are fine and hunky-dory. Let's just give it a little bit more. Brake a little bit. Start going a little fast again. I'm a little concerned, This is a nasty old corner as well. I mean, even now you can hear just the beginnings of the squealing from the wheels. And there's another nasty corner coming up here. We're still going downhill, so it's still trying to run away from us. We've gone too far the other way? We've gone too far the other way now. Oh, the engine's stopped. If you just don't use it for a while, does the engine just stop entirely? Is that what happens? So that is harbour and town just there. Look, we are achingly close. Achingly close. Let's get our map ready. Harbour and town. Is it the purple harbour? Nowhere else called harbour, is there? No, must be that one. I-07. So just to the first one on the right as you come in from the west, which we are. So that shouldn't be too bad. We need to give it a little bit more welly. So we have basically stopped. I wonder if that means we've started just creeping uphill again then. You can hear the beginnings of the wheel squeak again. Starting to get to the end of their tether, shall we say. So there's a couple more nasty corners. So we go around that bend there, that's quite nasty. There's another quite nasty, almost a 90-degree corner behind that. And then there's one more just before the yellow bit there. And then we're basically home and dry. We are very close to pulling this off. Oop. Let's please not derail at this stage, I'll be very frustrated. Just going to leave that brake in for a little bit because it doesn't seem to be having huge... Do we need a bit more? No, it's going down. We're down to 30. I think we'll be okay. So this is one nasty one, and there's one more very nasty corner up here, which is one I'm particularly concerned about. Don't really need the map anymore, do we? Let's put the map there instead. There it is. Goods Harbour. Nope, Harbour and Town? I think it's called Harbour and Town, isn't it? Yes. Yes, it is. This one's very nasty looking, so we don't want to go anything above 25, really, if we can help it. Even now you can hear those wheels going again, and we're only going a little smidge over 20, look. Still got that there, so when we get a bit closer I'll pop that out and we'll see if we can immediately get ourselves into IO7, which is again the first one on the right as you come from the west, which we are. First one on the right. That shouldn't be too hard, as long as there's not a lot of other stuff in there. That's where we're going to fall apart, I guess. We're up to 30, let's pull that down. Brake is completely off. There's one more little corner down here, which we're going to need to slow up for. So again, it's a fairly nasty one, isn't it, by the look of it? And then, we get this in the other hand. Make sure it's not going to get any faster. It might just be creeping up. I07. So it's already going to the right, so that's fine. And the next one's already going to the left. It's actually already directing us. Oh no, because that's for that one. So that's the one we need to change. And then the next one's going left, so that's IO7 there. Next to that red carriage there. To where we need to be. So what we need to do is pull it into here, decouple the cars, find the station. Bob's your uncle. Where's the job? Let's put the job in our inventory so we don't forget that. This is IO7. Perfect. Where is the station? Oh, is that it? That's it. Okay, in that case. All stop, please. So if we pop in here, grab the job validator. Ooh. Job complete. 27 minutes. $22,000. $26,000 we've got. That is perfect. Can I just put that back in there? No, it doesn't like that. I don't know what I was expecting to happen. So it was supposed to be 45. It took us only 27 minutes. That's not bad at all, is it? Now that means, with all of that wonderful money, we can buy the license to the steam locomotive. So we're going to buy that. We are going to buy the quick guide, so we know what we're doing. We're going to buy a lighter, and we're going to buy a shovel, because we're going to need all of those things. What does that come to, please? $20,038. 20,006. So we've got the world map, we've got the schematic, we had the shunter quick guide, we don't need it anymore. The DV guide, or Derail Valley, we don't need that. We don't really want the shunter remote control, as cool as it looks. And then there's the mystery train, which is $65,000, which we are way off, but that will obviously be our next target. So we've got one lighter, one shovel, one license for the locomotive. We can't afford the longer trains, we can afford the pocket watch, so I think I'm going to buy the pocket watch, just so we have an actual way of tracking where we are. So if we pop this up here, take our wallet, lose all of our money, and then alright. So let's grab the shovel, let's put that in there. Let's grab the lighter, let's put that under the shovel. Let's grab the guide, let's put that in the middle over here. And then the license, what do we do with the license? Nothing, I think we just have that train now, don't think we actually need to do anything. So that means, and is there a steam train around here? I assumed there was, and I assumed there was if you can buy a license as well. But there does not seem to be, does there? That's foiled my plans. I wasn't going to do much with it, but I do at least want to get in it and see what it looks like inside. That's a bit of a shame, isn't it? So we are going to have to travel all the way back to the farm, not the farm, the one in the middle, which definitely has a locomotive on it. Yes, because there is nothing here. There are two shunters. We do not want two shunters. We would like, oh, I lied. The shunter's connected to the steam locomotive. Oh, we can get in it. Oh, look at this. Look at this. I can't do anything at the moment. Oh, that thing works. That's going to be the whistle. That thing does something. Oh, we've done something. Everything's open. Which I'm sure is a good thing. It's a good thing. Whatever, we are going to have to play around. We'll read the guide next time, we'll get involved. So, in the next video, we will take on the... Oh, you just shovel from there, I guess. Oh, hello. Something's got to where it needs to be. I'm not sure what. I can't see any dials moving. Is it this thing? Who knows? It's a mystery. So next time we will take on the steam train, then we'll have a go at that. That's very exciting. I'm looking forward to that. So there we go. We finally managed to complete a long haul job in Derail Valley. And it wasn't too bad, was it? I mean, it could have been a lot worse. Oh, yes, our pocket watch. Ha. Could have been a lot worse. We could have ended up... Does it not tell the time? Oh, I see. You have to click it and then it'll start counting. Right. Fair enough. Yes, finally managed to complete a long job. It wasn't entirely painless. You did need to be a little careful, but I mean, that's kind of what you'd expect. But it was all very reasonable speeds, and it was relatively easy to manage. Unlike I say in previous earlier builds of the game where it was very, very awkward to manage. So there we go. So if you've enjoyed this video, if you've enjoyed me finally completing a long haul job, and I did take a few attempts this evening as well, do click the like button, that really is appreciated. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Questions or comments, leave them down below and I'll get back to you as soon as I see them. And then next time, very excitingly, we will take on the steam locomotive and we shall see what that is like. I am very excited for something that's a little bit different, well, very different in fact, to the shunter, isn't it? So that's going to be awesome. Looking forward to that. So hopefully I'll see you in the next... Hopefully I will see you next time. And as always, thank you very much for joining me.